Third row in the middle.
Hey, Aaron. A lot is often discussed about the Jamal Nicola kind of tandem, but you and Nicola have a pretty special tandem as well. Can you talk about kind of the situation when you see that, okay, he's going to spot this situation, your guy's rotating, and the guy either rotating over to you is going to be smaller or late? Do you recognize those situations like, yeah, he's going to see this, I'm going to be open?
Most definitely. Most definitely. Joker is such an incredible passer, such a floor general out there. He has such a high IQ and such a basketball knowledge for the game. You know, he sees plays steps ahead. You know, so he's reading the defense before he even catches the ball, or he's reading the defense before the play is even initiated. So I'm just playing in that dunker, and it's putting that low man in a difficult position. Do you step up? He has such a lethal floater in the middle of the lane. That do you try and take away the floater, or do you try and take away the lob? And if you take away the lob, you got shooters in the corner. You got KP, and you got MPJ. So it's putting the defense in a pickle. And I mean, Jokic, he just makes the right play every time, and that's how it's been from the start.
Joe up front.
Warden, the Athletic. Aaron, on a night when you guys needed somebody else, what does it mean to you that guy was you?
I mean, that's just how this team is built. You know, we have guys that can step up night in and night out. And, you know, sometimes it's not going to be your night, and sometimes it is going to be your night. And this team does a good job finding the people that are kind of in a rhythm and kind of going. When it comes down to it, you know, it's just wanting to be great for my teammates, you know, knowing my teammates need me, and just doing it for my brothers.
On the left side, go ahead.
Aaron, Vic Lombardi, Altitude TV. Hey, you hit your first 3 threes. When you saw that first one go in, how much easier is it to shoot them again? And what were you guys saying to Michael tonight? Because clearly he wants to make one, and he almost had a couple go down.
Just to keep shooting, you know. Try not to force it, but to continue to shoot your shot. But Mike is a great player, and he's going to find ways to involve himself in the game. So he did a good job attacking the basket and finding cuts, and making plays all over the floor. Not worried about Mike. Mike is going to make shots as long as he keeps shooting. So that's all we're doing is just encouraging him to shoot. As far as making shots, I'm just taking the ones that they're giving me, taking the open ones.
Next seat over, Steve.
Steve Ashburn at NBA.com. 2 quick things. When you made that left corner 3, what was the exchange right there with the Heat bench? Anything in particular that they said or you said?
No, not really. It's just gamesmanship. It's part of the game. You know, when you make a 3 in the corner with the opposition's bench, you can have a little fun with them.
Vinny in the middle. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, that's the MO. That's the MO, you know. Just throw it up, I'll go get it. You know, anywhere around it. And making really good passes, really good, smart plays, and putting the ball on the money, making it easy for me.
Vinny here in the second row.
Vinny Benedetto with the Denver Gazette. When you were talking about Mike yesterday, you said you encouraged him just to get touches on the ball any way he could. Tonight, when they were forcing the ball out of Jamal's hands, it seemed like you were then bringing the ball up quite a bit. I'm curious if that kind of allowed you to get into the rhythm of the game a bit more.
Yeah, I mean, we have counters and counters to our counter. So, you know, if Maul's being overplayed or working too hard, you know, I can kind of offload some of that ball handling responsibility and kind of get him some easy ones, get him some easy looks within the rhythm of the offense. So he's not having to work so hard, having to bring the ball up 94 feet, be guarded, and then doubled. So just trying to make it easier for him, you know, have him play a little bit off of the ball So he's not working so hard.
Ohm over here on the right.
Aaron, Om Yamasaki, ESPN. What is the difference when Joker's running the offense versus when Jamal's running the offense? And what does it mean for you guys that during the non-Jokic minutes when he was out with foul trouble, you guys stepped up as a team to get you guys within one win of a championship?
The difference between, I mean, we always want to get stops and get out and run. I don't think we try and do anything too differently. We don't post as much. You know, we play more 5 out and more pick and roll when Jokic is out. I think that's probably the majority of it. When Joker's in the game, we're going to go through him in the post. But even when he's in the game, they still run their chase action, or we still run the chase action. They still run high pick and roll action. And we do that when Jokic's not in the game. It's more on the defensive end. You know, we're able to black 1 through 5, hopefully get stops, and then get out and run. So our defense is our offense.
Standing on your left.
Aaron, James Jackson with The Athletic. Throughout the playoffs, you guys have really defensively been able to lock down a lot of good offenses. Jokic trails Jimmy Butler in deflections this postseason. Your versatility, KCP as a vet. How much pride do you guys take in giving teams like Miami such a hard time just scoring in the paint because they're shooting around 40% in their losses around the paint wing in this series?
We take a lot of pride in it. We know we have a very potent, high-powered offense. And offensive players with Joker, Jamal, Mike, KCP, Bruce, we'd be going down the list. We have guys that can put the ball in the bucket in a multitude of ways. So we know that what's going to win us games is defense. And we got guys that love to play defense, you know. And Joker he doesn't get enough credit for his defense. He's spectacular with his hands and with his coverage. And KCP is the same way. Incredible, just ball awareness, understanding where to be and how to strip down, and it's awesome out there.
Again, standing in the back left.
Aaron, Dan Devine, Yahoo Sports, back here. Jamal Murray said, this is why we brought Aaron here. Mike in the locker room was just praising your sacrifice, that you were somebody who was a number one option who came in to play a role. I'm wondering, thinking back to a couple of years ago when you came in, what did you envision your role and opportunity being here, and how has it lived up to that?
Well, I mean, it's pretty good, right? So far, so good. I felt like I was going to be a defender for this team, a defenseman for this team. I knew they could score. MPJ, one of the best shooters on earth. You got 2-time MVP Joker that can do everything on offense. You got Jamal Murray who can go for 50 on any given night. So I knew I was coming in to just play defense and make their job easy. And then, I mean, that's what I like to do. I like to play defense. That's my niche. That's how I came into the league, defensive minded. As far as the offensive side, it was just get in where I fit in, find cuts, find openings, find transition buckets. Try and get easy ones, and then really just get in where I fit in. That was really it. And I really liked that, man. It was one of the times where defenses were, just they have to pay attention to so much out there that I was kind of able to cut unnoticed sometimes.
Mike over here on the right.
Your Denver Post. AG, to follow up on that, how rare is that where a team, is so pervasive where everybody is willing to be unselfish? I know you've only played on 2 teams, but, in seeing other guys around the league, how rare is it what you guys have here, and how special is it that everybody seems to have bought into that same agenda?
It's really rare. It's a blessing. It's awesome to play with these guys. These guys are so unselfish. They're so passionate about basketball, and they understand that you got to keep energy in the ball, and if you play the right way, everything will work out the way it's supposed to. We can win. Everybody gets love when you win, and I mean, it was nice just knowing that I could be myself and that was enough. You know, I didn't have to be any more or any less. And yeah, that was cool. I get to just do what the team asks of me, and sometimes it's score, sometimes it's rebound, sometimes it's defend the best player, sometimes it's make plays. You know, so it could be something different on any given night, but every night I get to just be myself.
We got Tony, and then the last two up front.
Tony Jones from The Athletic. This seems to be the closest role that you played during your 1 year at Arizona, which is kind of, just kind of filling the gaps on both ends of the floor, handle the ball, facilitate. It was a little different from your role in Orlando, but is this something that you've been really comfortable with? And what's that journey been like, just kind of finding different roles at the NBA level?
Well, it's been fun, and it's been a very it's been a learning experience, And so now I get to learn with a great coaching staff, with great players around me, through a great organization, and I've been able to pick it up pretty quickly. But I've always been a versatile player. And I've always hung my hat on versatility and being able to do whatever it takes to win, regardless of what it may be. And it's nice having a team like this and having a coaching staff like this that believes in you and trusts in your work.